Do you know that earlier, Burkina Faso was dependent on France for its military air capabilities? In other words, if Burkina Faso's military wanted to attack a region aerially because it was full of insurgents, it had to request the French Air Force. Then, the French troops required approval from Paris, after which airstrikes were made. In all that, Burkinabe troops and commanders had no say and no power to decide what to do next. Even they were intentionally kept away to ensure they independently carried out airstrikes. However, after Ibrahim Traoré came to power, he instantly began building Burkina Faso's powerful air force. That's because he knew it was essential to fight insurgency and get leverage. And today, Burkina Faso's air force has the latest fighter jets and unmanned drones capable of attacking enemies with surgical precision. But how did Ibrahim Traoré build the most powerful air force in Africa, capable of doing airstrikes in neighboring countries? In this video, let's know about that. When Captain Ibrahim Traoré took power in September 2022, Burkina Faso was a country under siege. Insurgents controlled large portions of the country, cutting off key trade routes, displacing over 2 million people, and pushing Burkina Faso to the brink of collapse. The country's military was under-equipped, outgunned, and unable to mount effective counterattacks against insurgents who used guerrilla tactics and the terrain to their advantage. Traoré quickly realized that traditional ground operations would not be enough to reclaim Burkina Faso's lost territories. Unlike previous governments that relied on foreign military aid from France and the West, Traoré sought self-sufficiency by investing in an independent air force that could deliver precision strikes, real-time intelligence, and rapid mobility to crush jihadist movements. The result is that Burkina Faso now possesses one of the most advanced and capable air forces in the Sahel, with a fleet of drones, attack helicopters, and surveillance aircraft that have fundamentally changed the balance of power against insurgents. This transformation has not only turned the tide of war within Burkina Faso, but has also positioned the country as a military leader in West Africa. Before Traoré's military overhaul, Burkina Faso's air force was virtually non-existent. The country relied mostly on light attack aircraft and outdated helicopters that were unable to conduct long-range missions or sustain effective aerial operations. Insurgents took full advantage of this weakness, using Burkina Faso's vast deserts, dense forests, and remote villages as safe havens. In this case, ground troops took days to reach insurgent hideouts, allowing militants to launch attacks and vanish before security forces arrived. Convoys were regularly ambushed, as roads were unsafe, and supply chains became vulnerable to enemy attacks. Traditional intelligence gathering methods failed, making it impossible to track and neutralize high-value targets before they struck. To break this cycle, Traoré turned to modern air power, using drones, helicopters, and surveillance aircraft to take the fight directly to the enemy, eliminating threats before they could reach Burkinabe villages and cities. A major pillar of Burkina Faso's new aerial dominance is the Bayraktar TB2, a Turkish-built combat drone that has been a game-changer in multiple conflicts worldwide, including Libya, Syria, Ukraine, and Nagorno-Karabakh. This drone has become the backbone of Burkina Faso's air force, providing unmatched surveillance, precision strike, and intelligence-gathering capabilities. Interestingly, the Bayraktar TB2 can stay airborne for over 27 hours, covering large areas of Burkina Faso's deserts, forests, and villages. And it does not need pilots, as it's unmanned and remote-controlled. This allows the Burkinabe military to track enemy convoys, detect hidden insurgents, and monitor border infiltration routes in real time. Equipped with electro-optical and infrared sensors, the TB2 offers continuous surveillance, ensuring that no enemy movement goes undetected. Beyond surveillance, the TB2 is also a highly lethal combat drone, capable of delivering laser-guided precision strikes using MAML smart munitions. These bombs, which are smaller than traditional missiles, allow Burkina Faso to eliminate high-value insurgent targets with minimal collateral damage. In a war zone where insurgents often hide among civilians, Precision targeting is essential to avoid unnecessary loss of life. Since its deployment, the TB2 has altered the balance of power in Burkina Faso's favor. In December 2023, Burkinabe TB2 drones eliminated over 400 insurgents near Djibo, disrupting a planned offensive that could have led to mass casualties among civilians. In January 2024, TB2s struck an insurgent training camp in northern Burkina Faso, destroying critical insurgent infrastructure. By March 2024, TB2 intelligence led to the capture of multiple high-ranking insurgent commanders, effectively dismantling key leadership structures within extremist groups. With constant surveillance from the TB2s, insurgents have been forced to abandon traditional tactics, as they can no longer move freely without being detected. Their ability to stage coordinated attacks has been severely weakened, as Burkina Faso's forces can now intercept them before they reach their targets. But things don't end here. While the TB2 is ideal for mid-range operations, Burkina Faso needed a more powerful, long-range strike capability to neutralize insurgent strongholds and training camps located deep in enemy territory. To achieve this, IBRAHIM Traoré expanded the country's air force with the acquisition of the Akinci UCAV unmanned combat aerial vehicle, a next-generation combat drone built by Turkey. Unlike the TB2, which operates at medium altitudes, the Akinci is a high-altitude, long-endurance drone, capable of flying at 40,000 feet, beyond the reach of enemy anti-aircraft weapons. This makes it extremely difficult for insurgents to target or evade. The Akinci UCAV's primary advantage is its heavy payload capacity, which allows it to carry precision-guided bombs, long-range missiles, and advanced electronic warfare equipment. The drone is fitted with high-resolution synthetic aperture radar, enabling it to identify and track enemy movements even in harsh weather conditions or at night. Burkina Faso's acquisition of the Akinci means that its military now has the capability to conduct deep strike missions, taking out insurgents' hideouts, weapon storage facilities, and command centers far beyond Burkina Faso's borders if necessary. The Akinci has already been deployed to disrupt insurgent supply lines, making it significantly harder for insurgent groups to regroup after losing ground. One of the most advanced features of the Akinci is its electronic countermeasure systems, which can jam enemy communications, disrupt insurgent drones, and disable remote-controlled explosives. These capabilities give Burkina Faso an edge in modern asymmetric warfare, where insurgents rely on technology such as encrypted radio signals and drones for their operations. With the Akinci in its arsenal, Burkina Faso has become the first country in the region to deploy advanced electronic warfare systems, making it increasingly difficult for insurgent groups to operate effectively. However, IBRAHIM Traoré also knew that while drones have transformed Burkina Faso's counterinsurgency efforts, they alone cannot secure an entire nation. Drones provide intelligence, surveillance, and precision strikes, but they lack the ability to transport troops, evacuate the wounded, or engage in direct air-to-ground combat in real time. Recognizing this limitation, Captain IBRAHIM Traoré took Burkina Faso's air power strategy a step further by expanding the country's fleet of attack and transport helicopters. Through a strategic partnership with Russia, Burkina Faso acquired a fleet of Mi-24, Mi-17SH, and Mi-35M helicopters, significantly enhancing its military mobility, firepower, and flexibility. These helicopters have become essential in Burkina Faso's fight against insurgents, enabling the rapid deployment of special forces, providing close air support, and carrying out medical evacuations in active combat zones. The Mi-24 Hind, often called the flying tank, is one of the most heavily armed and battle-proven attack helicopters in the world. Originally designed by the Soviet Union, the Mi-24 combines the firepower of an attack helicopter with the transport capabilities of a troop carrier. This dual role makes it one of the most versatile and lethal aircraft in Burkina Faso's arsenal. Before acquiring Mi-24 attack helicopters, Burkina Faso's military relied primarily on ground forces to fight insurgents. However, insurgent groups operated in remote and difficult-to-reach regions, using dense forests, deserts, and mountains to hide. The military struggled to chase them down, and troop movements were often slow and vulnerable to ambushes. The introduction of Mi-24 helicopters has completely changed this dynamic, allowing Burkina Faso to respond with unmatched speed and precision. The Mi-24 is equipped with a powerful 30mm cannon, unguided rockets, and anti-tank guided missiles, giving it devastating firepower. Whenever ground forces encounter resistance, Mi-24 helicopters can now be called in to provide immediate air support, shifting the momentum in favor of Burkina Faso's military. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos on Black Africa. Let's continue now. Another key advantage of the Mi-24 is its troop transport capability. Unlike the American Apache helicopter, which is purely an attack aircraft, the Mi-24 can carry up to 8 fully armed soldiers in addition to its crew. This allows Burkina Faso to quickly insert elite special forces into enemy-held territory. Instead of taking hours or even days to reach combat zones via ground convoys, special forces can now be deployed within minutes, surprising insurgents before they have a chance to regroup. Beyond its offensive power, the Mi-24 is also built for survivability. It has reinforced armor plating, making it resistant to small arms fire and some anti-aircraft weapons. Even if hit, it can continue flying, allowing it to complete missions and evacuate wounded troops while still engaging the enemy. Its ability to operate in harsh environments, including deserts, mountains, and dense forests, makes it a crucial asset for Burkina Faso's military. While the Mi-24 is a heavily armed attack helicopter, Burkina Faso also needed a versatile transport and utility helicopter to handle a wide range of missions. To fill this role, Traore's government acquired the Mi-17, a multi-role helicopter used for troop transport, medical evacuation, and battlefield logistics. The Mi-17 is one of the most widely used helicopters in the world, operating in over 80 countries, including Russia, China, India, and many African nations. It is known for its reliability, adaptability, and ability to function in extreme conditions. One of Burkina Faso's biggest challenges before acquiring the Mi-17 was mobility. Ground convoys were slow and vulnerable to ambushes, especially in insurgent-controlled areas. With the Mi-17, troops and supplies can now be rapidly moved to the front lines, cutting down response times and enabling faster operations. The helicopter can carry up to 30 fully armed troops or 4,000 kilograms of cargo, making it essential for large-scale operations. However, IBRAHIM Traore did not stop there. He wanted the Burkina Air Force to be exceptionally trained so they could fly the latest fighter jets and military helicopters. IBRAHIM Traore realized that a strong air force is not just about acquiring advanced aircraft. It requires a well-trained workforce, modern infrastructure, and a sustainable long-term strategy to keep the fleet operational. Therefore, under his leadership, the country has made groundbreaking investments in air power infrastructure, including the construction of air bases, the establishment of pilot training programs, and the acquisition of cutting-edge UAV technology. These initiatives have propelled Burkina Faso towards self-reliance in air warfare, ensuring that its military forces are well-equipped to handle threats without waiting for external intervention. By training a new generation of fighter pilots, drone operators, and engineers, the country is securing its air dominance for years to come. One of the most significant developments in Burkina Faso's Air Force modernization is the construction of new air bases designed to house combat aircraft, drones, and support personnel. This effort includes a highly secretive drone base near Ouagadougou, which serves as the operational hub for Burkina Faso's growing UAV fleet. The establishment of state-of-the-art air bases is crucial for multiple reasons. First, it enhances airstrike capabilities by allowing Burkina Faso's forces to launch air operations at a moment's notice, responding quickly to insurgent threats. With rapid deployment capabilities, insurgents can no longer operate freely across the country's vast and difficult-to-police terrain. Second, the development of air bases increases drone efficiency. The secret drone base near Ouagadougou has been outfitted with advanced surveillance equipment, allowing Burkina Faso to conduct around-the-clock monitoring of insurgent movements. By establishing a permanent UAV command center, the military can coordinate precision strikes, intelligence gathering, and real-time battlefield analysis. In addition to building air bases, Burkina Faso has made a strategic decision to train its own drone pilots rather than rely on foreign operators. The inauguration of a national drone pilot training center marks a historic moment in West African military aviation. This training center is expected to revolutionize Burkina Faso's ability to conduct drone operations, as it focuses on developing local expertise in operating, maintaining, and repairing unmanned aerial vehicles. The center provides specialized pilot training for both surveillance and combat drones, advanced technical education for engineers responsible for drone maintenance, and real-time simulation exercises to prepare drone operators for battlefield conditions. By training Burkinabe personnel, Traoré is ensuring self-sufficiency in aerial warfare and reducing reliance on foreign military advisors. This program has also opened doors for broader technological applications, including border security and counterinsurgency, where operators are trained to use UAVs for border surveillance to prevent insurgent incursions and arms smuggling. To further strengthen its air force, Burkina Faso has also sent military pilots abroad for advanced training in operating fighter jets, attack helicopters, and reconnaissance aircraft. Pilot training programs have been established through strategic military partnerships with countries such as Turkey, where Burkinabe pilots are being trained to operate Bayraktar TB2 and Akinci combat drones. In Russia, military personnel are undergoing flight training for Mi-24 and Mi-17 helicopters, enhancing close air support and rapid troop deployment capabilities. Meanwhile, China and the UAE are providing advanced aeronautical engineering and drone warfare tactics training for Burkinabe officers. These international training programs provide combat experience in real-world scenarios, ensuring that Burkina Faso's Air Force is equipped to operate modern aircraft in complex battle conditions. The ultimate goal is to transition from foreign-trained pilots to a fully self-sufficient Burkinabe Air Force, where local pilots can train future generations without external assistance. Now, the expansion of Burkina Faso's Air Force under Traoré has changed the country's power in the region. With helicopters, fighter jets, and drones, Burkina Faso's military now knows about every patch and inch of the country and has the capability to launch airstrikes or deploy troops in minutes. Today, Burkinabe forces can now strike insurgent camps before they launch attacks, taking the fight to the enemy instead of reacting after the fact. Once defenseless villages are now protected by aerial surveillance, restoring a sense of normalcy to communities devastated by violence. Furthermore, the presence of attack helicopters has forced insurgents to abandon large-scale operations, as their movements are constantly monitored. Hence, Burkina Faso has become militarily independent, no longer relying on France, the US, or NATO forces for protection. What do you think? Should IBRAHIM Traoré offer Burkina Faso's Air Force to fight insurgency in the Sahel region? Isn't it true that Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger can collaborate and further make a robust air force capable of protecting Africa? In the comment section right below, share your thoughts on what more IBRAHIM Traoré should do to ensure Burkina Faso's military becomes the strongest in Africa. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on Black Africa, its history, rich arts and culture, and things the world should know about. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.